Coming up in this video, I will be making stewed pork, rice and peas, salad on the side, pear, and some coleslaw.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing brown stew pork, rice and peas, salad on the side, and pear. Guys, I know I have not been back for a while to drop a nice video for you guys, but today I have something in treat for you. This is my very first time making brown stew pork, but I think it's going to come out bomb because if you know how to cook brown stew chicken or if you know how to cook any type of stew chicken, I feel like cooking the stew pork is similar. So of course I'm going to walk you guys through all of the steps, seasonings that I'm going to be using, all of that. Guys, please ensure that you hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified each time that I drop a video.
Okay guys, so I'm going to start by cleaning up my pork. So what I have here is the pork shoulder, so the pig shoulder, and something called pinnock. So I'm just adding some lime to get, cut down some of the rawness. So this is how it looks, and I'm going to dice those up. Here are all of the seasonings that I'm using: garlic powder, Goya, perfect seasoning, Cajun seasoning, creole seasoning, Badia, browning, garlic soy sauce. I have Maggi seasoning and Maggi chicken and all-purpose. So here's the pork shoulder. What I'm going to do is I'm just cutting it and I'm dicing them up into cubes. I'm leaving the skin on so that, there I could have that pork texture. So this is the pinnock. You could spot the difference. While I was doing this, I was like, is this pork or beef? I don't know. It almost looks like beef to me, but it's pork. So yes, here's another pork shoulder. Just repeating the steps. I'm just cutting it up into chunks, leaving the skin on, and you see there's a bone in the middle. I like that. So this is after I've diced them up into cubes. This is how they're looking. You can dice them up smaller if you like, but this is the size that I went with. So now I'm going to go in and start my seasoning process. So I'm going in with my garlic powder. Then I'm going to go in with Goya perfect seasoning. You want to get that all over. Remember, this is a lot of pork. I had about 5 pounds of the shoulder and 3 pounds of the pinnock. Went in with some all-purpose, going in with some Maggi chicken seasoning. Then I'm going to go in with my Badia complete. These are my favorite seasoning, guys. You could use whatever seasoning you want to use, but these are what I like. And it came out perfect. Like this, the pork was nicely seasoned. I went in with some garlic soy sauce and some ginger soy sauce. So now I'm just going to make sure I rub this all up in the pork. See how this is how it should look. Your meat should be nicely seasoned through and through. I'm going to let this sit and marinate for about an hour because I was doing everything else, like cutting up my onions and stuff. But I also went in and added in my bad boy, my creole seasoning. Listen, guys, if you can source this, get this season. It's perfect for all meat kinds. I don't add it to fish, but I add it to all other meats. So now I'm going to go in with my browning. I started a little light at first because I don't want it too dark, and then I also don't want it to be bitter. So I just went in gradually. So you want to go gradually with the browning. So this is how it looks after I've applied my browning. Mix it all in. Here's my fresh seasons: onion, green onion, yellow pepper, red pepper, green pepper, scotch bonnet, garlic, ginger, thyme, and a whole scotch bonnet. I did not include all of the clips of the rice, but I'm just showing you season it up. So I'm seasoning up my peas with coconut milk, added in green onion, thyme, scotch bonnet. Gonna just stir that up, and then I'm gonna add in my butter. Here's my peas. I pressure cook it for about 15 minutes, and then I finish it up on the stove because I didn't want them to boil over too much. When with my butter, just go ahead and I'm gonna let that cook down a little bit before I add the rice. So let's get into the start of the show, cooking the pork. Now this is gonna slow cook, and listen, it's gonna be so good. So follow along. We added the butter to the pan. We added in our pork, nicely seasoned and marinated. You see how the color looks so nice and rich already? Yes. So now I'm going to let that sit and spring some water. I let it sit, spring some water. First 10 minutes, checking it. You see it's already springing its own juices. We want it to spring its own juices before I add in any water. So just check on your pork. This is going to take some time, but just follow along. Okay, so I zoomed in a little bit so that you guys can see that it's bringing its own water and all of that. So another 20 minutes, checked it again. It sprung even more water. You can see the meat is starting to cook down. It doesn't look as raw. Of course, it's still raw, but it doesn't look as raw. So what I did now, the bowl that I seasoned it up with, I added some water to that to get out the excess seasoning, added it to the pot, and then with my kettle, I just added in some fresh water. I wanted it to cover the meat enough, because this is a big pot, so you want to just ensure that you're covering your pork, because this is gonna cook down, stew down, and all of that. All right, so it's bubble up. This is about, I want to say 50 minutes into it. You see it's already falling off the bone because it's nicely stewed, nicely boiled, and cooked down. So I'm going to go in with my fresh seasonings, my onion, green onion, red pepper, yellow pepper, scotch bonnet, garlic, thyme, ginger, everything. It's gonna all cook down. The ginger gives us a nice flavor, and make sure you make your ginger a good size so people not biting on ginger when they're eating their food. So I let all of that incorporate. So now I wanted the color a little bit darker, so this is a trick that you can do. So what you're gonna do is put some browning in a bowl, add some ketchup, a good amount of ketchup, more than the browning, so it's not too bitter. That's how you cut down the bitterness of the browning, by adding in your ketchup. You mix that out in a bowl, and then I added that to the pot, and I'm just going to mix that in, and you're going to see how the color come to even more. I'm going to season up my pot a little bit, not too much, because I seasoned my pork nicely, but this is to season up the gravy and get everything nice. So I went in with some all-purpose, some chicken Maggi seasoning. I did a little bit of Cajun, and I'm just going to mix that in. You see the color is already coming richer, looking a lot nicer. I tasted it. Look at it now. It cooked down even more, and look at the color. The color has changed. Now, guys, you do not have to add butter beans if you don't want to add butter beans, but I have become a butter bean lover, so I added butter beans. Look at that. So good, looking so juicy. You see, I tell you guys, it stood on so nice. It's falling off the bone. It is so good. So now I'm just going to plate it up just for you guys. This is for you. Plate up everything, guys. If you made it this far, please ensure that you hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Drop down below what else you want to see me cook. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate all your support. Bye.